So here's a quick video of my Unifi network I've recently set up at home. My little server cupboard just in this corner of the house. This is going to be part one of 3 videos. So firstly we got the firewall. So that goes off to an OpenReach modem that's in my hallway. I'm going to reroute the cable up in the loft, as that's what I've been doing for that's my first CCTV camera by Unifi Protect. So yeah, that's my firewall where it all comes in, and it comes into this switch. I think it's 150 watts managed PoE switch. So I've got the internet coming in here. I've got my first camera, I've only got one at the moment, and that goes to my Mytel phone for working at home, and this goes to my little cloud key, which is just down here. So it shows me a little cloud key, little screen on it, which is quite fancy. Should change in a minute. Shows me current internet usage, which isn't much at the moment, and then it will show me how much internet my Unifi Protect is using. There you go, 2.4 megabits. That's a really nice little unit. That's why that keeps the network in check, the controller. That's got the hard drive in it as well, which is quite nice. So we're having, this is only just a brief overview. So basically I've got a switch there, that goes into the switch behind. There's another switch there. I don't know what to do with the cables yet. I've got some sort of cable management, but this is me just getting it all set up first. So I've got a little switch here, and I've got myself a file server and a server I've got virtual machines running on, all protected by UPS. So yeah, it's my first little network. I'm going to tidy up this because I've got cables coming in and out the door, which is a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, that'll be sorted in hopefully part 3. I've got another order that should be coming in tomorrow, and I'll have some Wi-Fi access points and some more cameras. So yeah, I'll do a video about those, and maybe I'll do how I run all the cables around the house. I live in a bungalow, so it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, that'll be part 1 for now. I forgot to add why I'm doing all this, because I had a perfectly working router beforehand, but I'm after a site-to-site VPN. That's number 1, which the Unifi can do, and second, I haven't set that up yet, and secondly, I want better Wi-Fi in my house, because right now the Wi-Fi on my home router has died, and I'm currently using, now it's a bit janky but I will show you, I'm currently using a BT Home Hub 5 and an old generic, I think, Netgear 2.4 gig access point. So they're just over here. So yeah, all the cables you see going out here will all be gone soon. That'll be part 3 when I tidy it all up. But that is my current Wi-Fi system. So all the cables run up the wall, and that produces 5 gigahertz, that produces 2.4, that keeps dropping out, and that signal's not very good across the house. So I'm going to have some access points mounted on the ceiling. I'm going to have 2, maybe start with 1. So yeah, that should hopefully do my Wi-Fi, and then I'll be able to have VLANs as well, which I currently do not have. So I'll be able to have like a 2.4 to a 5 gigahertz and Internet of Things Wi-Fi for all like my smart plugs and stuff. So I've got smart plugs like that, monitoring power usage, etc. So they'll be on a separate Wi-Fi, keeping them separate, and I'll have a guest portal as well. So I do have people visit quite regularly, and it'd be nice to have them have a guest Wi-Fi which they can just hop on and off of without having to exchange passwords. And yeah, that'll do really. And I will also mention my CCTV is not all that great at the moment. I have some battery powered cameras, and they are okay 1080p, but the batteries aren't that great. So that's being replaced with Unifi Protect, which is what I've got my little MVR for, my Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus, and I've got some more cameras on order. So yeah, I will do a part 2 once all that arrives, and I sort of start installing it. I might even show some installation, how I run all the cables around the loft, etc. I will briefly touch on my wiring situation, which in part 3 I'm going to hopefully tidy this up and get conduit. So I've got power coming out the plug, and that goes into that cupboard into the UPS, which feeds most things. I've got a USB from that UPS that goes into my other server, so both servers know when they're on battery, as I have 2 servers, 2 UPSs, and all the network cables come in and out of there, and they sort of go up into this mess. So I've got cable going in under here, so that goes into there, that feeds my main laptop, and I've got all my plugs, and also got another Ethernet feeding them too, which will be gone. So all of them wires will be gone soon. That'll cut down some of these wires, and I'm going to have some conduit running along the bottom there. That will feed the network over here. Right, just to end out the video, we've got the USG G4 bullet, the Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus, and the 150 watt switch. Here it is, all unboxed on the table, ready to go. Looking forward to fitting it all up. And you can also see in the previous picture, I'm using a 10G Tech SFP module. That's a 1 gig copper module. That will give me access to the SFP ports, so I can have a couple of extra ports on my big switch. Thank you for watching.